This is everything you need to know about crypto airdrops today. So let's not beat around the bush and jump straight into the main topic of today's video, which is that the Parcel token is now live and claimable. It's currently trading on a bunch of major exchanges and also dexes like Meteora. So if we zoom out here on the price chart, you can see that this is probably one of the ugliest looking airdrop price charts that I have ever seen. It is more violent than even Wormhole. It's come down from well over $1 to now hovering at around 50 cents as of the time of this recording. And I think there's two main reasons for that. One is just that the general market conditions right now aren't actually very favorable. If this had launched a couple of weeks ago, we probably would have seen completely different price action. And then of course, also a lot of people are not happy with the Parcel allocation. The way they did a tiered system at the bottom, but lumped 27% of wallets all together into the same tier of 20 tokens has some people frustrated, which I totally understand. So that is why we're seeing this completely violent price action for this token. Now, I did claim my tokens this morning and I haven't actually sold any of them. I might have taken a little bit off the table if it was trading closer to $1, but now that it's trading at 50 cents, I feel like there's no point in me selling here. I actually do like this project. I think it's got a really interesting use case and the real world asset narrative is a solid one. Although someone brought something up this morning to me that I hadn't really thought about, which is that normal crypto degens, especially within the Solana ecosystem, don't really care about real estate. Real estate trades on long time horizons and the price movements are relatively small. You don't really want to trade an asset that's going to go up on average 6 to 10% per year when you can get assets that are going up thousands of percent per day, like Boca coin here, for example. I saw Mr. Beast coin as well. Yeah, look at that, Mr. Beast up 11,000% today. So that is what's going on with Parcel right now. Like I said, I'm just gonna hold my tokens. I'm gonna stake them when staking is enabled. And if the price goes up a little bit, I'll probably take some off the table and roll it into farming other airdrops. All right, next up, let's talk about this airdrop from Hyperliquid. So if you have ever traded on the platform, you should go to the portfolio tab. So if you go to the portfolio tab, scroll down to the bottom, you should be able to see imbalances if you received this airdrop. Per is a meme coin on the Hyperliquid network, and apparently some people have been getting a few $1,000s worth of it in the airdrop. Now, I've never really used Hyperliquid much, so I have no allocation for this one, but you should definitely go and check if you are an active trader on this platform. All right, next up, the Every World token is currently live and claimable. So this one is actually a bit complicated. This is another one of those social ones that you could farm by commenting and spamming stuff on Twitter. So if you participated, you can go and claim your tokens. However, the process for actually getting out of it and selling it is a bit complicated since the claim is on the base L2, but the token is only actually live and tradable on the Ethereum mainnet. So you have to bridge the tokens from base to ETH and then send it to a centralized exchange where you can sell it. So I've seen a lot of people commenting about how this is kind of a predatory structure, and it seems like the team might have been able to sell at elevated prices while people were still figuring out how they could actually bridge their tokens and sell them. Not great. And then speaking of social airdrop campaigns, the Unblocked or LOL token released some more information about the actual eligibility criteria. Now this is another one of these SocialFi campaigns that could actually flop, although there is a small chance that it's actually successful and lucrative. So if you have $0 especially and a couple of minutes per day to allocate to this, you can go to the app and then you can answer some trivia questions, do some stuff on Twitter, and who knows, your allocation for this could actually be worth something. You never know if it's going to be like a portal or like an Every World. All right, next up, for injective stakers, you can now claim a Talus airdrop. In order to claim, you need to go to the Talus application, click My Talus, click on the dashboard button here, and then there's a little button that says airdrop. And if you are eligible, you can claim this. So this is again for injective stakers, or if you actually used this platform to buy and sell NFTs. Next up, we've got a 3-for-1 airdrop qualifier that will take you a couple of minutes. So if you do this new quest from layer 3, you will be able to get a layer 3 cube for that airdrop. You'll be able to farm the layer 0 airdrop by actually providing liquidity on Stargate Finance. And then also you'll be able to farm the Linea airdrop by providing liquidity on the Linea L2. So I'll leave a link to this down below. It's part of the Mission 200K quest on layer 3. And like I said, couple of minutes and 3 airdrops in one. All right, next up, for Bitcoin lovers, I'm sure you've heard of this new Runecoin project that is super hyped up. And today, Memeland announced that they are actually partnering with RuneCoin, and so you can actually farm the RuneCoin airdrop and get an allocation for it by completing some social tasks on the Stakeland platform from Memeland, and also by staking the meme coin itself. So if you've never actually used the Stakeland platform, if you go to the stake tab right here, this is where you can stake meme coin to earn stakes, and that will actually help you for the Rune coin. The more that you have, the better an allocation you'll get. But unfortunately, this coin trades on Ethereum mainnet, so you will have to pay ETH mainnet transaction fees, at least. However, transactions right now are super cheap because Gwei is below 10. So basically what you have to do if you want to farm this with meme coin is go to a DEX like Uniswap, buy some meme coin, come over here, and then stake it on the platform. Now, if you don't want to allocate capital to this, the other thing that you can do is go to this farm tab here, and they've got a bunch of social tasks like following them on Twitter and reposting stuff. So 2 ways that you can farm this. 1 if you have some capital, and 1 if you have none. Next up, Drift, which is a trading platform on Solana that I've spoken about. I've released actually a full tutorial on how to use this platform. They announced that their governance token is coming soon, but they provided no actual date for it. So the airdrop is going to be 10% of the Drift supply, 100 million Drift. So it looks like a lot of projects are going with that 1 billion total token amount. But other than that, they just say more details and eligibility criteria are coming soon. Now, like I said the other day, I have pivoted from Drift to Zeta markets because I've found that it's significantly easier to rank up their trading leaderboard. And after experimenting a little bit on Drift and also Zeta, I found that the Zeta point system was more conducive to actually still ranking up for that airdrop. All right, next up, the Swell L2 is launching soon, and they released a post today breaking down exactly all of the incentives that you could potentially get. So I've spoken about this once or twice before, but now there's some more details, so let's break it down. For starters, there's still 3 weeks left in the pre-launch deposit campaign for the new Swell L2. If you deposit over the next couple of weeks, you'll earn a share of 1 million bonus Eigenlayer points. You'll also earn a share of the Swell token airdrop, but then there's these other projects that are launching and dropping to depositors. So Ambient Finance, which is a DEX on Scroll and now Blast as well, is going to be dropping to people that deposit. Then we've got an infrastructure token from Brahma Finance, and then also Ion, which is going to bring borrowing and lending to this Swell L2, so a DeFi platform. Now, of these 3, I am most excited for Ambient Finance, but you never know with these projects which ones are going to cook and which ones are going to flop. However, having exposure to 3 airdrops from actual solid legit projects, plus the Eigenlayer points, plus the Swell token itself, is a solid multi-airdrop qualifier. And like I said, just a couple of days ago, what I did was to go over to the Restake tab of Swell, restake some ETH, and then go over to the Swell L2 tab and deposit it into their Swell L2 pre-launch deposits. So the layer 2 isn't actually live yet, and that's why they want to get some liquidity before launching it. And if you deposit before launch, you will earn a share of all of those rewards I just broke down. All right, next up, speaking of Ethereum L2s, Scroll announced today that they're actually finally implementing the Denkun update, meaning that transactions are going to get cheaper and probably faster as well. However, they say that the blobs are here. They're actually not here, because if we scroll down, you can find that blobs will be here in 2 weeks, basically. What this means though, is that for the next 2 weeks, I would recommend pushing maybe a transaction or 2 per week, just to sort of maintain your rank and to keep hitting new days and weeks on your transaction counter. But then once they actually go live on the 29th, that's when it will become significantly cheaper to actually farm this airdrop and push transaction volume and value. All right, next up, for the Mint blockchain airdrop, if you're not already, you should be collecting these little bubbles of magic energy every day to just rank up your tree for this airdrop. It's a simple daily task that you can add to your daily task list, take you a couple of seconds. But they also actually just launched a few new tasks on Galaxy, where for some social stuff, you can earn some additional points. So if you're already farming Mint, definitely go and do these. And then if you're not, and you're looking for a new free or testnet airdrop that you can participate in, I would say that this is a pretty solid option. Okay, next up, if you are farming the Alien X-Chain airdrop, just a quick reminder that this is ending soon. They say 20 hours here, but this was actually posted like 10 hours ago, so there's not that much time left. And if you have any boxes left that need to be minted, you'll need to mint them before this deadline. And just in case you don't know, when you mint them, you have to pay a small transaction fee on the Arbitrum L2. I believe it's something like 75 cents or $1 or something per box, and each one that you open gives you additional allocations for this airdrop. So totally up to you if you want to actually mint them. If you do have them though, and you wanted to, then you're running out of time. And then finally, I found yet another way that you can interact with both Layer 0 and Hyperlane by minting just random NFTs, and then this will increase your smart contracts and transaction count. And this is from getmint.io. They actually partnered with Hyperlane and released a Galaxy Quest yesterday. But when I actually went through and did it, I realized that you can use this not only for Hyperlane, but also for Layer 0. So all you have to do is upload an image, name it, describe it, then mint it. I'm minting this one on ZK Sync just to get another transaction on ZK Sync. So the total cost is 75 cents plus gas fees. And then once you mint it, what you want to do is bridge it. And there's a bunch of chains that you can mint it to. And this is actually a feature that I really like. It shows you how much it would cost to bridge it to each chain. So actually it looks like bridging to Zora is the cheapest option. So let's go ahead and send this new NFT over to Zora. So yeah, for a total cost of like $1.30, $1.40, you get a new transaction for Layer 0 and bridge it to a different network. You can also do this for Hyperlane. So that is it for today's video. Hopefully you found this useful. As always, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.